Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. We had just escaped our own captivity, and now we are secretly forming our own investigation despite the Interpol Wolf agent. So, without further ado, we shall continue, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until only very recently, which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped. Okay, let's get looking. Hello? Hey, you there. Oh, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation. You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command. No way! I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Man, cold shoulder. I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go. Dang, Boy, have I got just the job for someone of you. Oh, I didn't. Hang on. Boy, if I got just the job for someone of your talents. I'm shocked that it took two guys to drag Gumshoe away. He looks stronger. Well, that was exciting. Poor Gumshoe. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on! I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Yatakarasu way. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about. Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented Assistant K is going to tag along no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Alright, what? I'll talk to you in a minute. Go this way. Kitty! Ha! I've got you now, you vile criminals! I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these. Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals would be hiding here right in front of two officers. I certainly hope not. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, can't let anyone through here. Agent Lang's orders. I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. I mean, yeah, we already established that we can't go anywhere. What's this? Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. That's mud? I remember hearing rainfall out here while I was being held in there. Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples. You know what? I bet if we followed them, we could find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it'll be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. Alright. Okay, so judging by that, I'm guessing it's going to be the same thing. Okay, I've already talked to you. Can't go up there. Barrels. If these were real, I wonder what you'd put in them. Water would be the obvious answer. But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad? People of that period probably didn't care about how it tasted. Sorry, but I can't let you get away with making fun of our forefathers. I mean, maybe they really liked the strange taste. Look who's making fun of them now. Actually, speaking of which... Hey, here we go. The kidnapping. Okay, what do you think about the kidnapping? Well, I don't know anything about the victim. So actually, I was hoping you could tell me. Ah, that's right. I never did explain the situation to you. I got involved because of a phone call I received. It It was from none other than the director of the Amano Group, Mr. Ernest Amano. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped, and he wanted me to be the drop-off man. Little did I suspect that I would be abducted myself. And that's when I found you tied to a post screaming, "No!" Can you please drop that already? Alright, yeah, those earlobes, I can... Okay, yeah, here's my badge. If I had one of these, I could be a prosecutor too, right? Don't even think of stealing this from me. If it's that important to you, then why don't you wear it on your lapel? I suppose I can't really tell her that no one in the prosecutor's office wears their badges. Why does everyone ask that question of me? That's what I'd like to know. Okay. Yeah, she was there with all this, so we kind of already know. I mean, yeah. Oh, cactus. Look! There's a blurb about the cactus here. This cactus is a very gracious gift to Gatewaterland from the local police precinct. I can't believe the police went so far to even donate a cactus to this place. Dude, that is a look of horror on Edgeworth's face. So, is the police department running a cactus farm on the side? Haha, just kidding. They wouldn't do something so silly. Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm at the precinct before. The precinct, everything you would never expect. Ooh, the tire tracks? A set of tire tracks originated from the garage. Aha! So that means a car left from the garage at some time, right? Correct. But for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. Alright, can't go through here. Hopefully later. Excuse me, I need to get to the garage. Horses are painted in this garage door to complete the Wild West. They look so lifelike, don't you think? Are you thinking of wrangling or rather stealing them? If you can coax them out of there, sure, come on. I know you can sweet talk them out. I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay. Alright, talk to a weird creature badger thing. What? I'm sorry, sir, if that was your attempt at a dance, I must kindly request that you don't ever do that again. Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Badger, get! I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. Dude, she is jumping. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw? He's doing that contorted wriggling dance again. Aha! Yoink the mask right off of him. Oh, okay. Ah! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir! I was to remain under that head, sir! Aren't you Officer Meekins? Sir! Mike Meekins, reporting for duty, sir! This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. But the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Alright. Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir! Because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger. And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That's never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. Oh. Your Gumshoe's your inspiration? I was patrolling the scorchingly boring heat beat until a little while ago. With the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled that the kidnappers had escaped, sir. I thought maybe this was my shot at making a detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy onto anyone. It would seem that some people never change. Alright, so what are you doing as the Blue Badger? So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir, that's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. It's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics. We handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir. It's such an honor. So have you found anything? How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible for me to saw the kidnappers escaping. However, sir, I must tell you I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park all while wearing this costume, and about 1 hour ago I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir, a lone blue badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. Yeah. Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir, of course, sir. If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait. You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. Park is supposed to only have one of each badger. Sorry, this park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the Blue Badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another Blue Badger wander the premises. Oh, what, sir? Then, what would that mean if... That would mean that there are 2 Blue Badgers walking around, but why? Does it pertain to this? Sir, I'm undercover as the Blue Badger now, sir. I must pretend to not know anything about anything, sir. I mustn't respond to that. It would be like shooting fish in a barrel. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna double check. Since you know about this now. Drip, drop, little by little, our privacy is being sold off to the public through this, sir. That means I need to work extra hard on my cute poses. Ooh, like what? Like this! Like this! Great, now I know what your new pose will be! Look, sir, I've successfully stolen this pose and speaking style, sir! That's nice, Kay. What about the Blue Badger Bible? Sir, you have a copy of the Blue Badger Bible too, sir? That was written by experts on the Badger family, sir, and it's very, very thorough. It doesn't matter that I was made the Blue Badger only a little while ago, sir. That book helped me memorize every name of every Badger, sir. It's not that hard to remember 4 incredibly obvious names. Alright, what about the... Okay, I already asked you about this badge. Sir, it's so incredibly shiny, but it has a really ugly shape. I knew it. I was right to go for the much more manly police badge, sir. But I lose it a lot, and I just know I'm going to lose it for real one of these days, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, I think this cop is 1 donut short of a baker's dozen. I know. Believe me, I know. Alright, last thing on the list. Okay. So, I think it's puzzle time. Nope. I want this one. Yeah! A second Blue Badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of the person underneath is... Oh, I know, it's one of the kidnappers, right? The person who wore a costume to get away. Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are... a Blue Badger, a Proto Badger, and a Bad Badger. Yes, those 3. So there were 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh? Okay. And now we have that, fellas. And now the only obvious choice left. Slabam. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh? You mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right? Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers. Okay, Mr. Edwards, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. Alright, reinvestigate the prints. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here. They both do like possible candidates. This set is walking off to the west. It just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here. I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Hi, Meekins. Quick, Miss Edgeworth, I've got him! I got one of the culprits! Why is Kay ready to run hands? Leave that poor boy alone. Ah! No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Oh, settle down. Down, Kay. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Fuck. I need to read first. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something. That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you would step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! Let's open the shutter and see what we find. Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. I doubt we're that lucky. I'm not screaming. Oh, that's a body. That is a body. What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! It's Oliver! Mr. Amano, are you saying that this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed, and why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Langer's men return. Kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage, and right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound. You sure are calm for someone who just found a body. It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright. So, obviously bullet wound. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder. So that means he was shot twice? No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. Nice! I knew you could figure it out. It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through. I should make note of this oddity. Okay, so I can't do the car. So what's this necklace? It's like particularly shiny. This is an unusually shaped pendant. What is it? Is it something valuable? She seems to have regained some of her composure. It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice. It is worth something after all. Ooh, and look, there's something written on the back. Colin Devoray. It's a name. Colin Devoray. But this man's name is Oliver Deacon. Yeah. This is supposed to not connect today. Man, inside hold. Eureka! There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Devoray. I wonder what's up with that. I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. shaped like a horse called Endeavor is engraved on the back. Hey, we completed the investigation. Lance! Lance! Where are you, sweetie? Who the fuck? Excuse me, but you are? What? Huh? Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him. You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops. His girlfriend? Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Swoon. I can feel Edgeworth's aneurysm. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. I inquire as to why you're here. I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. Sob. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance. I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. What? Oh, God, he's back. Alright, listen here, man. My men brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Fucking good fucking work, Sherlock. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect, now. Suspect? Who? Meekins? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What? Sir, I had nothing to do with this, sir. Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go unchecked before my eyes. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the law of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You! How dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Langzy says every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Alright, run hands, Wolf Boy. Shilong Lang's logic. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I could say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With the current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins. Isn't that right? That is your reasoning? Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girly. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Oh, God. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Zi. You'd think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if he is that famous. Lang Zi developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhengfa police still trains its recruits on using his philosophies. But thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test? Alright. I don't think I have anything I can push against his current stuff. So I'm just gonna have to press him. So what can you tell me about the body? A lot. Even without an autopsy, I have my ways. They teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh? Then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured out that much, yeah. Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to the same conclusion. What? Don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Oh god, not another scroll. Lang Zi says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? It would appear you've studied a little bit of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? It's that... Sheena! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting, that woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Unless you remember law enforcement. If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. Didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you, show me your gun. Oh, what's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden? You didn't lose it. What'd you just say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir, I lost my gun, sir. How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun.
Hold it!
You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here in this garage? From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was found, I say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Lang Zi says, a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, finally a quote even I've heard of before. Furthermore, Lang Zi says, successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene. Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion the philosophy of detainment can lead you to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins. What? However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Shilong Lang. Just what sort of an investigator are you? Well, good news. I know what I can catch him on. This is not the crime scene. Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself, and while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Nah. So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you, your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What are you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Hey, don't you dare give me some lame excuse like I found myself taking a walk. But sir, I really did take a walk, sir. You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir. Say me the way you did earlier. Please, sir. Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir, not you too. Okay. Meekins' testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I was the one looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Batmobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role of selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. Whoa, what is this Blue Badgermobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. So the Blue Badgermobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? My English is amazing. Sir, Roger, sir. Wait, I think I might. Hang on. Good. We have the crime scene. Ooh. But isn't that the car right there? Objection! Officer Meekins, your statement contradicts this police. Oh, I fucked up. Sir, permission to say I don't think it does, sir. It's not looking good for you when even the culprit's doubting you, Mr. Prosecutor. Now, must be lying, or there wouldn't be that unnatural spot in his testimony. I just have to present some evidence to prove my point. Wait. Do I just have to present this? Objection! Oh. Okay. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir? I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badgermobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? I'm not yelling. Actually, I had just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized it, the Blue Badgermobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen? I call bullshit, because we have the mud tracks. And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen, it's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used all right to move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins, and then you used the blue Badger-mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth schmooth, I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Now, be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Alright, well, I'm going to have to leave it there. I am unfortunately out of time. However, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.